All right. So I'm gonna plant some leeks today. I picked up these leeks at a hardware store the other day, and yeah, it says it takes 130 days. In my climate, it's more like 150. Now they are in the onion family. I was gonna do onions today, but I realized I don't have them. So anyway, so I got this pre-moistened soil. I bought this huge block of, it costs about 20 bucks, coco coir block. All of that sort of in this big tote here really makes this huge pile of starter mix. I love coco coir. It holds all that moisture. I pre-moistened it. I actually put boiling water in there. So I pre-moistened it, and I also put a ton of vermiculite. I have this monstrous bag of vermiculite here that will last me the whole season or more, probably a couple of them. It cost me about 20 bucks. So anyway, I start my seeds in this stuff, and it holds moisture really well. It's super well drained. Leeks love that kind of stuff. They love well drained soil. So I take my little flat here, and what I like to do is I like to overseed. So I will take, I'll take all this stuff here, and they like well drained soil, so I like to press down, but not too much. So I like it's kind of a firm spot there, but then I leave a little hole in the bottom. Leeks don't like to be too far down. You don't want to push them too far down, maybe a 1/4 inch. So, but I'm just going to leave that just like it is. Make sure that there's plenty of soil in there, or plenty of the starter mix. And as you can see, it's got lots of vermiculite in there. So there's plenty of room for this puppy to grow. So, a little space. And then what I'll do, if I'm able to do this with one hand, I like to overseed like crazy. So I got these guys. I try to get about 6 or 8 per cell. Most of them, you know, these are pretty good germinators. So, you know, you'll get 80% of these to germinate. So I just spread them out a little bit. They'll come up all the same time. They're pretty indestructible. They're just like onions, in that they're really, really hard to kill from the roots. I say that, and somebody will correct me, but so what I do is I plant them about 8 per, wait about 4 weeks, and then separate them. I just like to overseed them because then I can turn them into a tray of 32 after this. So there we go. I put a little this on the top, a little of this mix on the top, and I always bottom feed, or bottom water, I mean. So I'm gonna put a couple of these more in there. The rest back in. All right. So then I take these, I put them on my my flat tray like this, and then I bottom water. So I take my I just put them in here, and this soil is pre-moistened, so it won't take too much to fill this up with fill this up to the top, but basically these cells will wick this stuff really nicely. It'll pull them up from the bottom, and so you'll be able to see it in a second. So it takes about 20 minutes or so for this to fully wick, but you'll start to see it on the top. I can see some of those seeds there, so I'll push those down a little bit. So it's really wet on top. You'll see that the color of this coco coir gets really dark done. So I'll take each one of these cells. And just for now, I'm actually going to transfer it closer to the light. For now, I just kind of leave it on the rack here, just to keep it, because I got a fan blowing here, it keeps it warm. But yeah, I just set it here for a couple days. In about 3 days, what I'll do is I'll actually move it down to this rack, where it's closer to the light. So I got some, these are my asparagus plants here that are really close to popping. In fact, I got a couple that already popped. So you can see that little guy. But yeah, so I always like to give them a really heavy dose of light, kind of right as they're germinating. So probably in about 3-4 days, I will transfer these guys down to here. So anyway, that's how I do all my onions, anything in the onion family. And that's what leeks are. So, all right, talk to you later.